Hello, my name is Glyn Finney, and I'm going to talk to you now about one of the topics that we cover in eSensei regarding batch versus flow. I'm going to do this using two examples. First, a batch example, and we'll see how that process works and the delivery time for that process. And then I'm going to use a flow example and see the differences of how flow really works in a flow process. So let's look at this now. In the first scenario, we have a batch process, and there's going to be 10 discs. These discs are going to be painted in 3 different colors. We're going to start painting them red, and after we've painted the whole batch of 10 red, we're going to then move them on to the next stage and paint them all green. And then after we've painted them all green, we'll move them on to the next stage and paint them all blue. And so it takes approximately 1 second to paint each disc and approximately 1 second to move them on to the next stage. So the question is, how long will this take? Let's look at that process. So we start off and we're painting each disc red. And as I said, when each of the discs is painted, we'll move the whole 10 onto the next stage. And that's happening now, where they're going to be painted green. As you can see, the disc that is painted first has to wait until all the other discs are painted before it can move on. So there's a lot of waiting in this process, as the discs are waiting to be painted or waiting after they've been painted before they can move on to the next stage. So it's going to move on to the end user now, or the customer, and that takes 33 seconds. So let's look at another scenario. Let's do the same job. It's exactly the same job. It will take 1 second to paint each disc. What we're going to do is change the process. In this, we'll complete one disc, and then we'll move that onto the next stage. When that's painted, we'll move that onto the next stage. Meanwhile, another one will be following in the flow process, one at a time. How long will that take? Let's see. Let's start the process. As you can see, the first disc is painted, then moved on. That's painted, then moved on. And that follows one piece at a time, going all the way through. You can see that the customer or the end user gets their product, the first product, very quickly followed by the others, with the whole process taking about 15 seconds. It's a lot quicker from the first to the last, and the customer gets exactly what they want, one at a time. So the flow process is now less than half. Consider this for your operation. What wastes are removed when we implement flow? What benefits will your organization get by implementing flow, and what benefits will your customer get? Which is the least waste way? Thank you for listening. For more information, please contact us on the website or on the telephone number. Thank you.